1710 was my street address as a kid north of Pittsburgh, where I grew up in a small town called Newcastle, Pennsylvania. When I think of drums, I think a lot of my family, and I think of my brothers and my sister and my mom and dad, and it was just music was part of our family, so I wanted to be able to have 1710 really represent my family in some capacity.
This is it, man. First one.
I like it.
I've always been a drummer. As long as I can remember, it's something that I loved growing up, and I played at every level I could and every type of music that I could. And I remember as a kid, I was probably 7 or 8 years old, and I had this big hi-fi stereo system in my brother's room, and I remember just hearing the intro to When the Levee Breaks, and you just hear this booming drums going on, and it was like nothing I had ever heard. And that was it. I think from that point I never looked back. It's an amazing feeling, just the sense of accomplishment when you can build a drum, and it's not just about aesthetics. It has to sound amazing, and you have to really understand the wood and understand the density and the hardness and the different tonal qualities of each piece of wood. Every wood has its own tone and its own personality. We're really focused on building something custom for what that specific drummer wants. We'll mark all the lugs at 1.5 and 5.
So 1.5 and 5 are only for
the lugs.
The ones that aren't. Okay.
Great.
Joining up with 1710 Percussion is one of the best moves that I've ever made in my career. Being able to design a kit from the ground up is every drummer's dream. The amazing thing about what Mike does is very early in the design process, he asks what you want. So if I'm looking for a jazz kit, he can design a kit based off of those specs. If I'm looking for a rock kit, he can design off of that.
That's the challenge. Match the needs and the desires and the wants of the customer with the perfect sounding drum. It's an amazing feeling when you finally turn that drum out and you get the finished product. You've put weeks or months into building something, and you get to see the expression on somebody's face when they get to have that drum that's been made custom just for them.
This is almost 2 years to the day after I made Steve's. Yeah, what do you think of these?
I like it.
Yeah?
I love to go and watch all the drummers that play my drums. I love to watch them play because it's almost like seeing your kid up on stage, your child, but it's your drum set. It's a better feeling than I've ever had playing the drums. When I started the company, I decided that I really wanted to partner with local drummers in the Maryland area to see if we can together take the brands of my company and their bands out and take it to market. As luck would have it, I came across a couple drummers that were really taking their craft to the next level. One of them was the drummer for Parliament Funkadelic, and to have them on the road playing 200 gigs a year around the world and have my drums out there is more than I could have ever wished for. It's more visibility than I would have ever expected. We decided early on that we could be very charitable in the way that we formed and executed the company. We had a few opportunities to donate drums by auctioning a drum and donating the money to a school's music program or to ALS research or to cancer research. We are also very fortunate to be involved with the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and that's been incredibly rewarding, and it's something that we'll never deviate from. That will absolutely be something that is fundamental in the way we operate the company. There's a point in time when somebody is no longer remembered. I feel like that 1710 is something that can be my legacy, and I want it to last longer than I do. I want people to be able to look back at the company and they can associate the company and the product with me and my story, and that's important to me. There's a finality to life, and this is a way to really extend it. I think anybody can have a drum set, but you really get one shot to have something built especially for you. I want to be the person that is there to build you your drum set and helps build something that's custom to you as a drummer and to you as a person. We want to help you really have an extension of you as a drummer.